Okay. Okay. No more mentioning of anything illegal or anything that might be able to use to blackmail us later on. Is that cool, everybody?
Underage drinking.
Underage. Shit. All right, we're fucked. Never mind. Hello, everyone. This is the Dread Pirate once again, and we have a full house of people today. Once again, I'm joined always by Auxentius. Auxentius, say hello.
Hello, my friends. It is Auxentius.
It is Auxentius. We are also joined by Jedhead.
Present.
All right. We have Dougal Drop.
I think he is away getting snacks.
Dougal Drop is away getting smacks, but he will join us later. And
He's
also we have
making
Johnny
Google
Reck.
drops.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, what's up? Okay, so as always, Auxentius will be playing Flutter Budgets. Dougal Drop will actually be playing.
All right, I have to open that.
Yeah. Yes. Be ready.
You
ready.
should probably open it. That'll take just a minute or so.
I am not Edward the Unready today. Dougal Drop will be playing Alistair today, and
He's always Eddie the Unready.
yeah, I'm so ready this time. It's not like we took 2 hours of me screaming at my computer before doing this. I know what you're talking about.
This is why you're not ready.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
You call yourself a captain.
Zed and Johnny will be just observing and probably making sarcastic comments and stuff. Like
Lots of sarcastic comments. They'll understand how I use the wish spell.
I've already told you I'm a few drinks in tonight. There's gonna be sarcasm.
That's fine. That is fine. So we're gonna go. So where we last left off, we've been playing Dent so much. We had a climactic fight where Nyarlathotep, the crawling chaos, was going to once again shove his giant tentacled penis right up Flutterbudget's ass once and for all, and somehow
What the fuck did I just walk in on?
and somehow Flutterbudget's wish spell actually did something useful for once and summoned multiple fucking gods, including the big God himself, which has never happened, and I actually had to stat in the game, and so we're finally going to do this. I don't know, people, I don't know if this game is going to be 5 minutes long, and just like Nyarlathotep explodes, or if this is going to be the longest, craziest thing. I have no idea what's about to happen. It all depends on who
Alright, let's get started then.
Yes, okay, so we're going to start with you, actually.
Okay.
You are Alistar. You are a planet. You are one of the Celestials, and you've been moving about the planes for a bit. You've been traveling from the celestial planes and have been observing, gone to the prime material plane, and you went to this one planet, and you found this strange island that had a lot of big, crazy monsters on it, and it all seemed to be coming from this one weird castle. And you noticed there were a bunch of harpies there, so you were observing that and trying to figure out what you should do about it, seeing as how you were an avatar of the good and holiness. And then all of a sudden, a large cylindrical medical object just appeared out of nowhere and floating in front of you, and you've been around the planes a little bit, so you realized it's a fucking spaceship. A alien fucking spaceship just appeared out of nowhere. And someone inside the spaceship started communicating with you, and so you went on board, especially since a bunch of harpies were trying to move to you and eat you. On board, you found a short little tiny man who is the pilot of the ship, who is apparently a vampire.
Wait, is that Raymond in real life?
What's that?
A short little tiny spaceman?
He's a short little tiny spaceman. He looks
That's
human.
Raymond.
Yeah,
that is me. That is me.
It is Auxentius in real life. It is a tiny little picture of Auxentius as a tiny little short person you can just fit in a suitcase. But he's a vampire. He's a vampire.
And then got him over the border.
And on top of that, as an angel, you realize he's more than a vampire. He's actually some kind of Lovecraftian horror with tentacles and monsters, but he appears human right now. And he also genuinely reads neutral. He doesn't read kill you and must die. There's a big hairy barbarian dude with these clawed gauntlets, and there appears to be a half-drow spider lady all on the ship. And the moment you got on the ship, suddenly another entity appeared in front of the ship far away, who looked like an Egyptian pharaoh and started screaming a bunch of filth at your new friend, little vampire friend. And something to the effect of I will destroy you and kill you, go fuck yourself, things like that. And you recognized instantly that this entity, whatever it is not really a human. It is some kind of otherworldly alien hellspawn abomination, which you, as a lawful good entity, is obliged to stab with your sword multiple times. Some smack talking was done. The little tiny vampire man suddenly cast a spell, and all of a sudden, the entire area, the entire surrounding battlefield is alight with powerful entities, all of the pressure of which you can feel pressing in upon yourself. you notice that there is one of the kind of angels you kind of are servants of. Damiel the Mercy Bringer appeared in the sky, one of the celestial parademons. Karash the Stalker, one of the Cardinals, a werewolf-like entity, appeared. An obscure goddess that you're not sure of, who looks kind of like Joan of Arc, appeared out of nowhere. Trying to think who else. You recognize the evil god Set of the Egyptian mythology appeared. You also recognize two beings who look familiar to you. One of them appears to be the Norse god Thor, and the other one appears to be the Greek demigod Hercules. However, they appeared, like Hercules in particular, is riding some kind of high-tech gizmo, and they look different. They look differently than they normally would appear. There is a big giant man in the sky made out of stars and universes that has weighed in on this. A very large purple dude with a golden gauntlet and a bunch of gems on it has kind of popped out of a portal. And
this is the craziest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, this is the climax.
Campaign, I just walked into.
This is the climax of my game.
I'm 8.5 drinks in, man. You gotta go a little bit slower here.
Yeah, this is the
I
climax
am not
of my game.
high enough for this yet.
Yeah.
See, this is how fanfics work.
Yes! Blackmail material. Awesome. Okay, good. This is the climax of my game. Some crazy shit's going down. And finally, a scary-looking skeleton woman who looks like the Grim Reaper has appeared. And finally, there's two other things that are noticeable. There is a giant ball of light in the sky that is radiating the most power, and you're not sure what it is, but you sense it is the source of all goodness and justice in the multiverse. You feel like
Okay, can I do something real quick?
As long as it doesn't incur an action, because we're about to roll initiative. Go ahead.
Oh, bet. Well, I have a polymorph, and I just wanted to prep it and make my hands really big and long.
Okay. So you're holding an action to make your hands really big and long.
Yeah.
That is acceptable. Fine. That'll be more characterization than I actually gave Alistair previously. Finally, there's one more thing of note. There is apparently some kind of humanoid that is floating on top of a giant biscuit, and he's being circled by biscuits and like bottles of gravy. And he's wearing a chef's outfit, including a bib that says it's time to cook the biscuits. He has a chef hat that says kiss the cook, and he's holding his hands crossed in front of him, and he has this big, crazy, Heihachi, anime look on his eyes, his eyes are wide, and he's like...
I like how the most useless deity that you've brought in here is the one you're giving the most description to.
Yes, and he's all like, Tama, biscuits. And without ado, now begins us rolling initiative forever. Okay, so, Oxenius, you are going to roll everybody except Alistair.
On my papers, yes.
On your papers, and then you're going to tell it to me. I'm going to roll all the people I'm supposed to roll. And Dougal Drop, you are going to roll Alistair's initiative, and we're going to go from there. And let's get a move on.
What do I roll? D20, right?
You will roll D20 and add your initiative modifier. Okay.
Yeah.
And I should probably get my dice ready.
He whiffs.
I need my notepad.
I don't run normal games. I run completely batshit crazy games. That's how I roll.
I try to run normal games with this guy, and he just makes really, really stupid shit, and it doesn't end up going anywhere near expected.
What's my initiative is +8, that's 16, so that's 4, that's...
Hey, I'm not
22?
though.
No, wait, 24. It's 24.
Okay, Alistair gets a 24?
Yep.
Okay, hang on.
I'm sorry, Johnny, what'd you say?
My friend Kurt just kind of fucks everything up whenever we try to do anything.
Oh, that's always fun. I know your pain.
Alright, the animal rolls a 13. What's his initiative score? The animal has a 15. Okay, who else am I running? Okay, oh, that's right, I have to roll for God. Okay.
Rolls for God. God rolls infinite.
I stat it. I mean, it's high, but it's not infinite.
It's infinite. It's gotta be infinite.
No, God has a sense of fair play.
Why does Thor have the lowest initiative?
Because I was in a hurry.
Greek mythology, though, would say that you're lying. He has by far the most initiative.
Uh-huh. Mm,
Well,
Hey, by the way, Raymond, we
Yes.
just finished an Earth game in 15 minutes, and this Fizz had 23 kills.
who did?
This Fizz went 23-0.
Nice.
just so you know, God has a 54 to his initiative score. Okay.
Well, what about the biscuit dude?
Let's see. Okay, I think next is Eternity. So,
What's that balls of light initiative if it has one?
54. Meanwhile, Big Man Made of Space has a 50. Okay. Man with a Gauntlet who is appearing in theaters near you.
So Thanos.
No! Oh, guess what? Thanos beat God. Thanos has a 58.
What? That's
Thanos
not
beat
even
God,
possible.
He has a 58.
He's got an Infinity Gauntlet, so
Yeah.
It's still, God would squish that Infinity Gauntlet.
Sacrilegious.
God's playing by the rules. Give him points.
Yeah.
Thanos
Here's,
has a break.
here's the issue, though. The Infinity Gauntlet makes that.
See, this is great. This is gonna spurn like religious discussion. You know, it's gonna start a debate because Ascendius clearly is a man of faith here, and he disapproves of Thanos beating God.
Fine. You need it.
13 plus 4.
I'm only going to school for this. I'm only going to school for religion.
Ah,
Are you serious?
you clearly have a bias though, because you're a religious person. So you know what. All right. Death does not beat God. Death has a 51.
So apparently that roll didn't matter anyways, because like my initiative is 20, everyone else is like 58.
Well, again, there's gods in the room. So
No, granted, Thor got a 13.
Thor got a 13.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the
Lorala got a 12.
Lorala got a 12.
Hercules and Flutter Budgets both got a 28, with Hercules going first.
Hercules before Flutter Budgets. Okay. Who else did you roll?
That was my 4.
You also have Damiel the Stalker. You have Damiel the Mercy Bringer, Karas the Stalker, Muir the Goddess of Virtue and Paladins, and
Well, you didn't send them to me.
yeah, I did. Those are the pictures.
Oh, right. In Skype. Oh, fuck.
Sorry, dude.
Fucking Skype. I hate Skype. Skype can go suck a dick.
Well,
I haven't been on Skype since like Diamond.
Damn. Tells you how much Skype sucks. Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It's dead today. It's like
Well,
dead. It's been dead.
I might. Be
Oh, well,
Microsoft, what do you expect?
Discord is the prime app.
Damiel has 11.
Okay.
Karash, right?
Yes.
Let's roll his. Never mind. That one fell off the table.
Okay.
30. He has a 30. I'm actually going to play him.
Cool. Mirror again.
Oh.
Remember, you're using the stats for here.
That's when the most fun happens.
Dude.
So on power levels, am I like Captain America in Infinity War, where like I should not be like I
Alive.
should be dead by all accounts?
So who else do I have? Because I can't actually. It's really hard to read them.
You have
You
Mir,
just
the
say
Goddess of
Captain
Virtue and
America.
Paladins. She used the stats for Tyr, which is a Asgardian god because.
So who? Uller?
No, Tyr.
What am I the god of again? Or
You are an angel. That's what you are.
oh, okay.
Wait, who are you?
What?
You should plus 12.
Who are they playing?
Google drops
Okay,
info.
so tier nat ones.
Mirror. Okay, that the paladin lady nat ones. Okay.
Let me find the next one. Who's the next one?
Set.
Set.
Yes.
Oops.
Is it plus 13? What it look like? It looks like a 13.
Okay.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. So he gets, Seth gets us 13 plus 8.
Smalls games taste like smalls.
21.
Okay, so second 21.
And who else?
Now the most important person of all, the harpies. The harpies have to go because they're so gonna matter here.
I have 8 characters that I have to manage. Ooh.
How many people are there?
A lot.
Hey, I have one question.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many lines have you sniffed today?
Me?
That's an amazing question.
Yes.
Nova, how many lines are you gonna sniff today?
I am high on life, sir. I'm high on life.
So you haven't sniffed any lines.
I may have done 4 or 5, but I can't remember.
I mean, I've sniffed a couple, but they just smell like the jungle.
Okay. So
Rumble in the jungle.
so Jeff goes first, then Thanos, then
Hold
God.
up. Can I take note of the turn order too?
Yes, Jeff, Thanos,
Jeff.
God. Jeff, the God of Biscuits, goes first. So I have to go to confession twice now. Then eternity. No. Then death. Then eternity. Okay, that's all the people in the 50s. Then Karash is a 30. Then I think then oh yeah. What's your dexterity?
Me?
Yeah, and what's Hercules' dexterity?
Oh no, I just did a roll off for him.
It's actually whoever has a higher dexterity.
Fuck if I know. You gave me so many fucking characters.
Yes, know my pain. Know my pain.
Let's see. Thor has 15. Flutter Budgets has 30. So Flutter Budgets is going before Hercules. Okay.
Well, no, Hercules. Does Hercules have a 15?
Yeah, he has a 15.
Okay, so you have a 30. He has a 15. The Harpies have a 20. Okay, so the Harpies go before him.
So
Where am I in this order? 'Cause I'm like 24.
Flutter Budgets.
You're 24. Yeah, we're getting to you.
Okay.
Harpies.
You guys are just insane.
I know.
Thor.
Can't even begin to digress.
No, is that Thor or is that Hercules? It should be Hercules. Hercules got Thor got a 13.
Oh yeah, Hercules. My
Okay.
Hercules.
28. Okay, 24. Alistair. Alistair goes after Hercules.
Alistair.
So, all right, then Set goes at a 21. And then do we have anybody at a 20? No, anybody to 19? 18, 17, 16, 15. Hang on. I think next up is the animal. The animal goes at 15.
Is this like a animal or animal from the Muppets? Because I mean, Thanos is
Animal
in
from the
here.
Muppets. It's
Oh.
Mike. It's the barbarian guy that you're hanging out with. But
He looks like Wolverine from he's pretty much based off of Wolverine from X-Men.
But I'm a medieval barbarian. So then is Thor goes after animal. Lorala goes after Thor. Damiel goes after Lorala. Okay, anybody lower than that? Anybody under 11?
Tur, that one.
Okay, technically that's Muir, it's a lady, but whatever, who cares? And Muir goes last. Okay. Alright!
So I have Jeff, Thanos, God, Death, Eternity, Karash, Flutter Budgets, Harpies, Hercules, Alistair, Set, Animal, Thor, Lorala, Damiel, Tur.
It's actually Muir.
I swear it sounds like you're trying
I
to
know,
make an enemy
I know
name
it says
song.
here, but it's supposed to, the character's name is actually Muir.
Wait,
MYR?
M-U-I-R.
Muir. Okay.
That's
Okay.
frustrating me.
So, so Flutter Budgets, now we're gonna go back, we're gonna focus back in on you. So this just happened to you. And the moment all those gods appear, you notice that Nyarlathotep's eyes just go wide. And again, he's a shapeshifter, so they literally go wide. They just you notice that they expand
Boom!
larger than a human's eyes can possibly go open. And he's just looking, he's looking at the big ball of light, and then he's looking at the big spaceman, and he's looking at Thor and Hercules, and Ares like, what? How? You can hear him talking in your head. It's like, how did you, what? How'd you get this powerful? You can't, what the, how, what? Oh, and actually, I just realized I forgot to roll his initiative. He's kind of the most important person here.
Oh, yeah. So that makes a 17th character.
Yes. He has a plus 11. Oh, fuck. He goes at a 14.
Oh.
So he goes after Animal.
He goes after Animal, yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, I was hoping he would nat 20. He certainly is not nat 20ing. Okay. So, the first thing that happens is, Jeff, the man in the chef's hat floats over and closer nearby, and his eyes get wider, and he smiles, yes! And you can hear his voice echoing, even though you're inside of a spaceship. And he's like, yes! The fate of the universe is decided now! May the gods fight! And whoever wins, you will all fight in mortal combat! And whoever wins gets a delicious biscuit recipe. He then conjures a massive biscuit above him that turns into a biscuit-made boombox, and then he pushes a button and it starts playing the Mortal Kombat theme. There we go. So,
Wait, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, or 3?
1.
All of them.
Yes.
At the same time? Or are they on a loop track?
All at the same time.
It's the original. It's the original.
God.
It's the original.
It's the
theme
Ultimate
song.
Combat.
Have you guys heard of the techno version?
Okay. So Thanos' move.
I have not heard of the techno version.
Well, techno version's good. All right. So Thanos' move. So Thanos just kind of looks at. You notice that Thanos is actually peering at the ship, almost like he's looking right through it directly at you. And it's like, and you hear him speak as well. So this is the little problem you have with. Well, let's make this interesting. He extends the glove. He snaps the fingers, and then suddenly, these swirls of glowing orbs of like blue fire start appearing around Nyarlathotep. They glow brighter. They zap him, strike him. Ah! He howls in pain, and then they disappear. And he's like, "What? No, this is impossible." And it's like that might make it. That might make it a little easier for you, little one. And that is Thanos' move. Okay. Meanwhile, the big ball of light suddenly shrinks down to a small ball of light. And it flies into the ship. Flies in the ship. It takes the form of an old man. Now, it's not a really, like, classic version of God Old Man, like with the long white beard. No, it actually looks like a normal guy. It looks like
Is this like Deep Space Nine God?
Huh?
Is this like Deep Space Nine God where he forms into a ball and it just appears out of nowhere?
No, that's Ramus.
Oh.
Since when did God show up in Deep Space Nine?
Nigga, I'm high. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So
Obvious. He showed up when they first interviewed and showed Garak.
okay. So no, this is it looks like an old guy, like just like a guy who's like maybe just turned 70 or so. He's got no beard. He's got kind of short hair. He's kind of got like kind of big bags under eyes, like he hasn't slept at all the time. He's wearing kind of.
So he's like a reject Santa Claus.
No, he's not. He looks like he looks like an average old guy you'd see out in the street for the most part. He's got kind of little bags under his eyes, like he's been up all night. He's wearing kind of a flannel shirt and kind of jeans. And he pops in and he walks right up to Flutterbudgets and pats you on the back. He's like, "How you doing, kid?" And then he goes over. He looks at the animal and says like, "Hey, how you doing?" And it's like, "Hey, you look really familiar. You look really familiar." It's like, and he looks at you, Alistair, and it's like, hey, hey, keep up the good work. All right, kid, let's get started here. Hang, just give me a second. I gotta get set up real quick. So he snaps his finger, and suddenly, the left half of your ship transforms into what looks like a studio apartment somewhere in Queens. And there's a window open, there's like an air condition blowing, you can hear people outside, "Hey, fuck you, buddy," and like horns honking. It's like half of your ship has become Queens. And there's like an artist studio in there. There's an artist studio with like canvases and things like that, and he starts going through his brushes and whatnot. Like, all right, let's see what we're gonna do here. Don't worry about what's going on right now. You and I need to have a little talk in a minute. Hang on. Suddenly, a phone of his starts ringing. Hang on, I gotta take this. And you notice if you look outside, Nyarlathotep is actually moving much slower. It's like all of time outside of the ship is like grinded to a halt, or it's like almost to a halt. He gets a phone call. He picks up the phone. Hang on just a second, I gotta take this. Picks up the phone. Yeah. Stan, how you doing? Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm just working on it right now. Yeah. But it should be alright. Should be like, I don't know how successful it'll be, but it'll probably be pretty cool. Pretty cool, like, climactic battle with a monster and stuff like that. Vampire guy's kind of neat. Hey, what's with this barbarian character? Is someone working ripping you off? It's like you did that Liefeld kid do this? Was that his idea? I mean, it's like looks just like Wolverine. I swear to God. It's like what? All right, whatever. I'm gonna work on it in a minute. Yeah. Okay. No, I'll send you the pictures of Galactus later. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you. I want to get started. Bye. All right. What are we talking about? He looks back at you.
Good question.
So
I didn't hear a single word of anything you fucking said.
okay, you can go back and listen to it later. I did it really fast. But so do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Okay. What did you say again?
Good question.
Good question. Okay. All right. So yeah, it looks like you're having a little bit of trouble here, buddy. Well, let's have a little chat for a minute. He starts procuring a pencil. So yeah, you kind of almost blew up the world, man.
That did happen.
I'm kind of happy to come and help, but I mean, to be fair, you've been doing this for a long time. You've been working for this guy, and it's like, see, you strike me as the type of person that just kind of like brushes things under the rug a little bit. Like, you felt like, okay, I got some followers. I'm running around and helping people here and then, but at the same time, it was all the cost of working for him. 1,000 years. You know how many universes dying similar to this one did that you had a hand in?
Probably a lot that I was had a hand in order to help other people in order to keep them alive. Because
but like think about it, man. You got like you say like a village of people in one little fantasy world and whatnot, but an entire universe falls apart. Doesn't really add up. Doesn't really balance. You save a small handful of lives, will watch a whole universe die. I mean, what I'm trying to say here, kid, is I'll help you out this time, but you've done a lot of damage here. I appreciate that you seem to care about people that in your life, and you want them to be okay. But you've sacrificed a lot, and a lot of people have been hurt. Also, you could feel better about yourself. So you could have powers, so you could be a really powerful wizard, so you could be a big tentacle thing. That's okay. You have a purpose. Creatures like that have a purpose as well. But, listen, I'm gonna help you. It's better late than never. And, but this is the type of thing that, like, well, let me put it this way. I don't damn anybody. I let them damn themselves. And it's like, and right now, you're really lucky you're not, like, roasting right now. But also, I think I should point something out right now. There's a reason why we're having this little talk. I help those who help themselves. I'm not going to solve this problem for you. I could. I'm not going to. This is on you. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make it a little bit easier for you to take this guy down. Peach?
Okay.
Let me take a look. Let's see what's going on. Hang on a second. He starts drawing stuff. He starts looking at Nyarlathotep. He looks back at Thanos, and it's like, oh, okay. He starts drawing stuff, and like you notice, he's drawing Thanos, and his artwork is really good and really stylized, and it looks like he especially like makes Thanos look really, really awesome. Like, well, it looks like Thanos. It looks like Thanos.
You should draw political cartoons.
No, he actually makes him look like a comic book, like he's really a classic comic book writer, like maybe he's someone famous and or something like that.
He's Stan Lee.
No, he's not Stan. He was talking to Stan on the phone.
Damn it.
By the way, call me Jack. Yeah, he's Jack Kirby. There's precedence for this. They've actually, the Fantastic Four have met God before, and it was Jack Kirby. So guess what? You're dealing with Jack Kirby.
I knew that. I knew that's what it was.
Yeah. So there you go. So he's drawing the whole thing. Well, okay, it looks like here. Okay, so this Nyarlathotep guy, he's like a powerful magical being. He's resistant to like spells and stuff like that, right? Like,
yeah.
Hey, Alistair, kid, you tried using, like, your implosion technique on him. You did. You tried casting implosion, like, last time we played. Just so you know. You wouldn't remember because you weren't there, but your character did.
That's okay. I'll just use the big hands that I have to squish his head. So.
Well, I don't know if that's gonna work or not, kid. But yeah, you do you. But anyway, you cast a spell on him. It didn't work because yeah, he's kind of resistant to magic. Well, thanks to our little buddy, the Mad Titan out there, he no longer has any spell resistance. So I think your spells will actually work pretty well, kid. So so what?
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Can I meta real quick? I have no idea what any of these abilities are.
A lot of them are spell-like abilities or spells. You can look them up on the 3.5 SRD. Yeah, if you have a specific question, I'll do the best I can to answer it. I'll try.
Just on one, it's just bull strength.
Bull strength like gives you a boost to strength for like knocking people over. Yeah. Bull strength gives you like a boost to strength basically.
Yeah, it's a temporary strength buff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So okay. Looking over Nyarlathotep's sheet right now. Yeah, it looks like he took away his spell resistance. Yeah, well, you know what I think might actually help you out here? Yeah, okay, so, Flutterbudges, I need you to make a knowledge check about your old boss. And I'll make it a nice and low DC for you. Because, well, God and you are kind of in sync right now.
Well, 21.
21. Okay, so, as Jack is talking about this, you realize that he's actually, you're kind of remembering it as he's going along. It's like, yeah, so your boss kind of gets around a lot, right? He doesn't actually die very easily. And as you're saying that, something starts actually forming in your mind. Yes, you actually know very much a lot about the nature of your former boss. If Nyarlathotep is ever destroyed, he dissipates it for 10 by 10 days. So as low as 10 or as long as 100, and then he comes back to life. So
It's Mr. God.
Please call me Jack.
Jack?
Yes.
It's Mr. Jack.
Yeah. It's
Dude,
Kirby. Jack Kirby. You can just call me Jack.
Anyways, whatever your name is, this guy Nyarlathotep, he likes to not actually die when someone actually succeeds in killing him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm thinking
he just goes away for a few days or a while, and then he comes back.
Yeah, I was thinking about that myself, actually. Yeah, that would kind of mean that basically, you know, at the end of the day, he's not really too scared right now, or at least he doesn't think he should be scared because he's just going to come back no matter what we do to him. Let's make it a little more, kind of give him a better, make this a bigger threat to him. Why don't we just make sure he can't do that anymore? Hang on a second. He takes his pencil and he kind of licks the butt of the eraser and he starts erasing the picture of Nyarlathotep, and it doesn't actually erase it. And then suddenly from the outside you see a giant hand come out of the sky holding a pencil and going towards Nyarlathotep. What? No! And it starts rubbing over him. And again, he looks weakened again. He's still moving really slowly, but it's like his buffs are being taken away. And it's like, all right, yeah, Mr. Nyarlathotep here can't rejuvenate anymore. That should send a clear message to him. So, all right, I think that's what I'm gonna do for you for now. What else was I gonna do? What else was I? I'm forgetting something. I'm totally forgetting something. Well, oh, that's right. Okay. This is annoying me. You, kid, you time traveled, right?
Yes.
When he says this is annoying me, he starts pointing his hands around at all four of you. Just like, and it's like, yeah, you time traveled, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how you save the universe. So your friends here have no idea what's going on. Hey, Mr. Crumb, Animal, you have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. The elf lady, no, not a clue. Don't really. Mr. Angel, you're kind of like confused right now, right?
Always.
Okay, I'm gonna fix it. Hold on. I'm gonna fix that. He starts drawing a picture of all of you, and he starts drawing a picture of himself, and he suddenly, like, he notices, like, in the picture, he's, like, doing some kind of weird thing with his hands where, like, some energy, some cosmic energy is hitting the three, like, you, Alistair, the animal, and Lorala, and you're holding your heads like you're in pain, and then suddenly there's a text bubble, and the text bubble, using his magical powers, God makes it so that the animal, Lorala, and Alistair remember the old timeline. So the moment that
I love
happens,
when the devs use debug mode.
yeah, exactly. So the moment that happens, all of a sudden, it's like the animal and Lorala just kind of wince in pain as the entire memory of the previous timeline rushes into their head instantaneously. Alistar, you remember, you've actually met these people before. You actually encountered them at this exact same point in time. But
What's up, bros?
yeah, but you remember that, but like completely different events happened. Basically, you met them, they disappeared, a bunch of harpies attacked you, and then you discovered you couldn't leave this dimension, and and a lot of your powers stopped working, so you went with them to go figure out what was going on. And you went on this long, crazy adventure where you met the heroes of this world, and there was a dragon lady, and you guys fought a mummy at one point, and a bunch of crazy stuff happened. And then eventually, they determined. Eventually, you come to terms with this. You realize that your vampire friend here fucked up, and he took a stone out of that castle, which has caused the universe to be destroyed, or slowly. So, and the last thing that you remember is there was a little dwarf girl they were worried was going to die. So you and some immortal lady named Sienna went back in time to protect the dwarf girl in the past, and they never came back for you. And now all of a sudden you're here, and like as last you know, that girl was okay, but you remember everything, and now you were caught up. Now you remember both timelines. So the animal's like, he looks at you. You sent us home. You sent us.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was like we were like flying through space, and like a star exploded, and I was at my old ancestral home in the swamp, but nobody had been there for a long time, and I was like, I didn't know what to do. It's like, yeah, you sent me back to the Underdark as well. I wound up back in kind of where you found me initially. It was like, yeah, but there was no way we could go home. It's not like we're spellcasters. So, yeah, that's true.
I wanted to save you all.
He did, and he wanted to make sure you guys were okay. But of course, as a result of what he did, you know, if he hadn't gone back in time here and, well, gotten my attention, yeah, you two lovebirds here would have been without each other for the rest of your lives. You would have lived your lives, and that would have been it. You would have never seen each other again. Well, looks like you've given us...
You would have still been alive.
That's true. I suppose, in a way, you've given us a second chance again, Flutterbuttons. Alright, well, we're stuck on this spaceship here, says the animal, and there's no way we can help out. Is there anything we can do there? Oh, so you're a tough guy, huh? You want to get in there and fight, but nothing you can do. No spaceships, huh? You can use those guns of yours. We're not very good with these guns. Yeah, Lorala's like, I can't hit the broadside of the barn with this stupid alien crap. And it's like, all right. Well, you know, I'll tell you what. You could go through my window here and it'll lead directly outside the ship. I can do that, you know. But tell you what, kid. You really want to get in there? Like, show some moxie? I'll give you some moxie. He starts drawing dragon wings on the animal. And suddenly the big hand comes in and draws these badass metal dragon wings on the animal. It's like, go out there, kid. Kick some butt. So, and you, Angel Kid, I like you. You're cute. I like what you're doing here with the whole the big hands thing. I think it's a bad idea, but you do you. You do you. I trust you, okay? You rock and roll. Okay. I've talked enough. Let's speed up time again. Suddenly,
Hold up. I have one question.
Nyarlathotep starts going like, this is ridiculous, and then he stops. What?
Is there any way to reverse vampirism?
You want me to reverse your vampirism?
I would be doing less evil things and eating people.
Kid, you know that's bullshit. It's not the vampire. Listen, let me show you something.
Plus, I'm trying to eradicate the entire multiverse from one of the biggest evil people in the around.
He points his finger at you and he reaches under desk. Look, I want you to read this. And he pulls out a comic book, Blade. It's like 10 issues of Blade from the 1970s. And it was like, I think Blade was around in the 70s, right? Yeah, he had the old like the kind of Robin Hood outfit. Listen,
Yeah, he was part of the Night Stalkers.
The Night Stalkers. Okay. Well, so
I'm looking at this.
He pulls out a bunch of Blade comic books. Now listen, kid. This character right here is a vampire. He's a vampire, and he fights bad guys. It doesn't matter. Like it's the man. It's the person who you are that decides who you are. It's not that, like, you know. Don't let anybody tell you you're a monster. Yeah, technically you're a creature of the night, but you've been working really hard here to try to redeem yourself. So you keep at it. I don't know. Maybe you pray hard enough, or maybe talk to the right clerics or whatnot, or whatever you do in these frou-frou fantasy worlds. I'm more of a superhero guy. Maybe. But again, what did I talk about when we first got here? I help those who help themselves. That's right. So, why don't you help yourself, and we'll talk about it. Right now, let's prevent the world from being in and then beat up your boss.
Okay.
Okay? Alright. Game on. Game on. Nyarlathotep suddenly moves faster. This is preposterous! I will destroy you all! Okay, so...
I say, ha! No, you won't. Just you.
How did you do this? How is this possible? Alright, it's Death's move. I'm not sure what to do with Death just yet. Hold on. I'm gonna roll a D3. Okay. Suddenly, a few more, several skulls appear around him, and they're like they're skulls that are flaming. They look very anime, just very kind of like specters and spirits. And basically, Death is slowly reaching out her skeletal hand, and they're appearing. And then they zap him one more time, and he's lost another buff of his. So this fight should go faster. Okay, Eternity. All right, it's time for the big guy's move. So, the big spaceman suddenly reaches out his hands, and it looks like he's so big and so massive in the distance, it looks like he's wrapping his hands around the entire world. He closes his hand as if he's grasping on something, and you can hear the entire world shake and the ship shakes. God's like, uh-oh, looks like Eternity's mad. He suddenly makes a motion like he's moving backwards, and then all of a sudden you find that your ship, Nyarlathotep, every god here, except for Jeff the God of Biscuits and the Harpies, are suddenly moving backwards. You suddenly start moving backwards at an incredibly rapid rate. Before you know it, you're not on the island anymore. The Harpies are gone, Jeff is gone. You're running over the ocean, you're running in the sky, you're now in outer space, you're moving backwards through outer space. You're moving through, you're seeing planets and galaxies rush by ever faster and ever faster, and as you notice, you realize he's pulling you towards his stomach. And he's getting larger and larger and larger. And he pulls you into himself. And you see galaxies and galaxies rushing past. Then all of a sudden, once he pushes you into himself, you suddenly realize he's on the opposite side of you. And he's significantly smaller, but he's pushing all of you forward faster and faster and faster. Galaxies, stars start rushing past you. Then suddenly there's a big bright tunnel at the end of it. He goes through, and you're suddenly in a massive white void. And you notice that your ship is steadily moving fast towards the creature in the distance. So, you're moving to this creature. This creature is a humanoid entity that is it's in the far distance. It appears to be sitting on a throne of some kind. The throne is kind of technologically advanced. It's all kind of made of metal, and there's glowing lights on it. The creature in question is humanoid, but composed entirely of gold. He has no neck. Instead, like above his neck, there is a head floating as if a neck should be there. His face is gold. His eyes are glowing white, and you notice that basically he has two other faces on the side of his head. He's wearing a hood covering his head. One set of that hood is covering that face's eyes. The other one is almost completely covering the face. And he's sitting there reclining, while large blasts of bluish white energy and eldritch energy starts coursing off of him. The man made of the stars rushes towards him faster and faster. He gets larger and larger. This entity, whatever it is massive. It's bigger than him. And then finally it comes to a stop, and you realize that basically the entity made of space, the humanoid made of space, is suddenly much smaller. He's almost medium sized. He's more like huge, and he's actually standing right next to Nyarlathotep. The entity he brings forward looks down at him and says, "Ah, Eternity. You need me as an arbiter once again? Why do you trouble me? Mighty living tribunal, I, Eternity, have come before you, for this creature, Nyarlathotep, the crawling chaos, seek to destroy me. Had it not been for the mortal creature within the spaceship, I would be lying dead. Grant me permission to annihilate this creature in the cosmos once and for all." I see not why you need my counsel for this. He threatened your life. You may destroy him as you see wish. I will simply observe. What? Don't I have a say in this? Ah, Nyarlathotep. Do you wish to argue a plea against yourself? If you wish, you might. You may do so, but I'm not sure what argument you can come up against me. You've destroyed many worlds, and you've actually been a blight on the multiverse as it is. I've seen many worlds die at your hands. And furthermore, you've directly threatened the livelihood of this universe. So, I see no reason why it shouldn't defend itself. If you can find a reason why you would need my protection, I'm willing to hear it, but I think you have other problems right now, for Eternity is very angry with you. So, alright. So, that's Eternity's move. Eternity has moved the battle to some giant white void in front of some entity known as the Living Tribunal. It is now Karash the Stalker's turn. Oxenius?
Oh, so it's... wait, what?
Okay, so, you are no longer...
Karash, yes.
Yeah. Before I go, I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you, Max.
Okay.
We all tuned out halfway through that.
Yeah, that was so much.
Do you have that written down, or is it just coming off your head?
That's coming off my head. I've actually been planning that for a while.
You're a crazy person.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Hey, you can listen to it. You can listen to it later. You can listen to it later and try to follow it if you can. I've been planning this crazy thing, whatnot.
Maybe.
So
Nice.
we had to go into some like crazy Steve Ditko cosmic stuff. So all right, is Dougal Drop left?
No, that was Johnny.
That was Johnny. Okay, so Dougal Drop's still here. Okay. Sorry if I lost y'all there, but yeah, we're gonna get a little trippy here, because Eternity is in this fight. So, in order for Eternity to fight properly, he needs to have the fight take place outside of his body. So that's what was going on right here. So Karash's move.
Combat?
Karash is floating in a void with all the other gods.
I can barely read this, by the way.
I'm sorry. It's in the Book of Exalted Deeds if you just want to look at the PDF.
If I cast a spell and die, does my spell still affect the others? To like say I cast like dispel fear on my teammates.
It depends.
That works on your teammates, yes.
But like if I die, does it continue working or no?
It depends how it's supposed to be done. If the spell requires a saying or cantrip or something like that, then it won't work. But if it's just activation and has a certain duration afterwards, it'll go through fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would think as long as there's not a persistent fear effect going on, it would work. If the entity creating the fear effect it continues to go on, then it wouldn't work basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the Harpies and Jeff are out of the fight.
So, seeing how Karash prefers to study before attacking, he's gonna kind of back away and let everyone go into the slog first.
Okay.
So that he can study should this go on for longer than necessary.
Okay. All right. It is your turn.
Flutter budgets. Oh, flutter budgets. What fantastically beautiful thing are we going to do today?
Okay. Remember, Nyarlathotep no longer has any spell resistance.
So, Flutter Budgets is going to cast Polar Ray.
Okay.
At Nyarlathotep and be able to.
You're still in the spaceship, I should point out.
Yeah. I mean, I have a range of 270 feet. I mean, I could probably conjure it, like, put my hand on the glass and, like, have it pop up on the other side of the glass. Be all cool and shit.
That would probably destroy the ship.
Fuck. Fine. This is usually why my turns take forever, because I don't think everything through.
I know. I'm just happy this is on you right now and not me. So.
On my forehead.
You know what? I'm gonna stick my head outside that window that God created.
Okay.
And that's how I'm gonna shoot the polar ray at him.
Okay. You're shooting a polar ray. Okay.
I'm 160 on range, touch attack. Alright, so. Spellcasting mod. So that's gonna be Dex Intelligence, right? 10, 8, plus 18. So does a 25 hit on a touch attack?
A range touch attack?
Yeah.
Let me take his AC. A 25 does not hit.
Damn. All right.
So
Wasted a spell.
You fire an ice blast at him and he dodges. It's like. Argh!
So he's So you're still kind of fast, eh? That sucks.
Is that all you can do?
That's all I could. I mean, I could. Hold up. How much mythic power do I have? Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do for this turn.
Okay. It's Hercules' turn, and remember, I reserve the rights to roleplay it, but just tell me what you're gonna do. But
Hercules.
Hercules.
Can Hercules?
He's riding around on some kind of high-tech bike.
Hercules is in here. Right. Cool. This is what happens when you don't have time to read everything.
Yes.
That's why you learn to read more often.
I literally got this like an hour ago and was helping Peeler get his stuff set up.
Yes.
Excuses.
Sorry if I bored Johnny, though. I mean, I don't know.
Well, no, there's just a lot going on. I mean, I was kind of like, is this gonna end yet, or is it gonna keep going forever?
Yeah. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of that Infinity Watch shit that I threw in there. But
Does this contain like? Well, I'm guessing this is Infinity War like inspired or some bullshit.
Well, here's the thing. So, unbeknownst to Oxenius, Flutterbudgets was adventuring on a fantasy world somewhere in the Marvel universe, and which I actually didn't determine that until like once like the reason why is because the whole point of the Apocalypse Stone is you move a stone and now the whole universe is gonna die. And for funsies, I started throwing Marvel characters in here, and he did a wish spell on the character of Bulldozer to say, I wish Bulldozer and his friends die. And so, I think I just did it as a joke, but basically it's like, alright, it didn't work on Bulldozer, but you sensed 3 people somewhere else in the universe had died, which are the other members of the Wrecking Crew. So at that point, it's like, okay, this is now the Marvel Universe. So,
okay.
Yeah, so this entire adventure is taking place somewhere inside of the Marvel Universe.
So Hercules is gonna ride up to him on his whatever he's riding on. I don't know what he's riding on.
It's like a Avengers hover bike thing.
On his Avengers hover bike thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is Hercules, right?
Yes.
Riding on an Avengers.
Hercules is a member of the Avengers, sir.
I thought that was Thor, but okay.
They're both members of the Avengers.
Okay.
They are.
So he's gonna like ride up to him, and he's just gonna try and punch him in the face.
So punch him in the face? Okay. Go take a look at your unarmed strike.
That's why I'm doing the punch in the face.
Okay, now remember, I reserve the right to roleplay. Well, come on, what are we waiting for? I am Hercules, and I will destroy this monster with the power of my strength and my muscles. Ha-ha! He flexes, and he lies down to punch him. There, go ahead.
For a 125 to hit.
125, that hits. Bah! Punches him right in the face. Oh! Roll your damage.
1 die 3 plus 66.
Okay.
That's 69 plus 1 die 6. Or no, that's on a crit, right?
Yeah, that's on a crit.
So the crit gets that plus 1 die 6 plus devastating critical fortitude save DC
See, bragging rights right there.
DC 10
50
plus
for death.
half his hit die plus strength modifier. Yeah. Yeah, DC 50 or death. Yeah.
So it doesn't proc off because it didn't crit.
Yeah, you did not crit, so it didn't. It doesn't happen. So.
Okay, so that's 69 damage.
69 damage. Okay. All right. He clobbers the Nyarlathotep good in the face. He's like, "Ugh," and it definitely looks like it hurts.
Awesome. That looks like it's going to be Hercules' turn.
Okay.
So it's Alistair.
Yeah, Alistair, it is your turn. You are inside a spaceship.
All right. Questions. Where am I, like, in relativity to whoever I'm trying to fight?
You are inside the spaceship next to your new friends and God, who has created part of a studio apartment in New York City. And outside the spaceship is Nyarlathotep, the Egyptian weirdo who you're supposed to fight.
Alright.
You previously cast Implosion on him and it didn't work.
Alright. So, would it be impossible for me to go inflict physical damage upon Nyarlathotep?
You'd have to charge and attack him, which you can do. You have to go through the
Okay, so I'm within charging attack distance for somehow?
Yeah, let's just say you are, because you're in the space between spaces right now.
Okay.
Time and distance don't matter right now.
Another question. How big are my hands right now? Because we never really established that. I'm kind of going for Miss Marvel giant hand thing.
Your hands are normal sized for a human right now.
They're what?
Your hands are normal sized for a human at this time.
At this time?
Yes.
Okay.
By the way, God opens up his bathroom. Just go into the John and you'll be outside.
Alright. Okay. So, I'd like to cast the Polymorph on my hands, and, if possible, Bull Strength?
Okay, well, casting Polymorph would take a full move action.
It would?
It would take a full action in order for you to polymorph your hands.
Okay, yeah, then just Bull Strength, and I'm just gonna go up and, like, slap, like, unarmed strength on Nyarlathotep's face if I can.
Here's the thing, I think casting Bull Strength might actually take a whole action, too. Do you have the SRD open?
The character sheet?
The SRD. For Bull Strength. You would have to cast Bull Strength on yourself before, and then that would eat up your turn.
Oh, okay,
You can just fly out there and punch him. You've also got a sword, too.
yeah, okay, I'm just gonna go slap him, like, as hard as I can.
Okay. Go and roll your attack.
Alright. Let's see. I need to roll D20, right?
Yes, and you actually... With your slam attack, you have 3 attacks. The first one's at 24, the second one's... Yeah, you could only do it once, though, because you have to charge. So you'd have a plus 24 to your D20.
Alright, so I got a 14 on my D20, plus... What am I adding to it? Nothing?
24 for your slam attack.
Alright, so 24 plus 14, that's 34?
24 plus 14 is 38.
38, yeah.
That hits!
Alright.
Yeah. Roll your damage, which I believe is 2d8 plus 11.
Which 2 dice?
2d8.
8
plus 11.
7. 11, and then... Plus the... What else?
2d8 plus 11.
Plus 11, okay, so... That's 22.
22 damage?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, you fly up and punch him in the face too. And he doesn't look like he appreciated that.
No, stop. That's how you get degenerate.
Yeah, you and Hercules are just basically beating the shit out of an elder god, and just giving the little the 1-2. So good job. Okay, it is Set's turn. Xenius, what is Set gonna do? And again, I reserve the right to roleplay. Set.
So I'm trying to read what a spear can do.
Okay.
I see it has a plus 77 to attack. Plus something melee touch or 65 range touch.
Mm-hmm.
always receives something 20 on attack rolls?
You still roll it. It's basically, yeah, they always like, yeah, he's a greater deity. Basically,
Roll die to check for critical hits.
Yeah, exactly.
So he always hits, but he needs to confirm the crit.
Exactly. Or you treat your die roll as a 20, unless you roll a 20, which it's a critical hit.
We just need to work at Konami, don't we? We're too good at this.
So I think you're probably gonna hit him. So, unless you nat 1. Nat 1.
Well, I rolled a 19 anyways for Set to poke him in the eyeball.
Okay, so that'd be a 97. So you hit him.
Cool. And the damage on that is actually 19 is in the critical threat range, so I need to confirm the crit.
A lot of their bad decisions have led them toward
3 plus
one decision.
77,
Okay.
so 80.
80. All right.
Is that a confirmed crit?
Oh, that means if you. Oh, yeah, that actually is a crit.
Cool. All right. So that's a 3d8. Plus 29. Um, 13 plus 29. Need a calculator. That's a 42 damage off of a spear.
42
Off of a spear poke. And it's a wounding spear, so
That was completely gone off, except for starting.
what does that do?
Wounding causes persistent bleeding damage, I believe.
Okay.
Which actually would work on him because he's a greater god than Nyarlathotep. Nyarlathotep's an intermediate deity. He's a greater deity.
Okay, fucking sucks.
So does it say what the wounding does?
Yeah, you do.
It does not.
You want to check the SRD real quick?
No, but I do want to know if this is considered flanking positions now. Because if it's flanking positions, then Nyarlathotep loses his dexterity bonus, which makes this count as a sneak attack as well.
That all depends on where the other two are and where Set is. Alistair, where are you standing in front of Nyarlathotep? Are you directly in front of him, or are you inside of him? Or are you at to him?
I'd say like probably like off to the side, but yeah, like diagonal from at least.
You're okay, so you're right next to Hercules in front of him at like his right angle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, so where does Set want? Hercules will say is directly in front of him. So where does Set want to go?
Set's gonna come from behind because he knows he gets that bonus to his damage.
Okay, he's stabbing him from behind. Before that happens, however, I reserve the right to roleplay. Well, Nyarlathotep. Seems I've been called here to dispose of you. It's a shame. You were very useful back in the day, helping me thwart Osiris and the might of Ra. But you and your plans and your ilk have become rather tiresome of late. It's a shame. It's a shame, but it looks like I can finally take care of this end. It's time to die. And then he stabs him in the back. While I would recommend you look up wounding and see what it does, so we can, because it's probably persistent damage and it would work on him. So that's a good thing if you want to kill him quicker. You know.
Well, it is a total of 49 damage after the sneak attack comes in from behind. So
49 damage is the extra 7.
yeah.
Okay. All right. If you could do me a favor and just look up wounding on the SRD, I want you to do it because my internet sucks. So you know. You do that. All right, so you're doing that. Okay, so meanwhile, the animal's like, all right, let's kick some ass. Rah! So the animal rages furies, flies out the window. He's gonna fly past Alistair, right next to him. He's not flanking him, and he's gonna give a good slash, a good old college slash at the Nyarlathotep. And look at my little shorthand here. All right. 16 plus 51.
A
67.
wounding. Eddie, ready?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
A wounding weapon deals 1 point of constitution damage from blood loss when it hits a creature. A critical hit does not multiply damage. Creatures immune to critical hits, such as plants and constructs, are immune to the constitution damage dealt by this weapon.
He is not immune to this because, again, he is a god. Set is a higher ranking god than the Nyarlathotep. He has taken one Constitution damage. He now has
Yay!
he now has a 38. He now has a 38 Constitution as opposed to a 39.
Cool.
Yeah. So he's been stabbed. Meanwhile, the animal charges. Rah! Rage, fury. He flies out there with dragon wings and attacks the Nyarlathotep and gives him a good slash. Colored try. He slashes him and deals 23 damage. So I think the least damage anybody's dealt to him so far. But whatever. I'm proud of it. I'm fucking proud. So. Okay. Alright, so he slashes the Nyarlathotep. Everybody is ganging up on the Nyarlathotep and is in melee with him. It is the animal's turn. Okay. Shit. Alright. No, that's right. I can do this. Okay, he uses his move ability. He instantly teleports away from everybody in the combat. He does that and says, "Two can play at this game. You want to summon gods, Flutter Budgets? I can summon a god too! Behold, Azathoth!" Okay. So since you're outside of reality right now, this is worse. A massive fucking portal opens up. And out of that massive portal, now here's the thing. Normally when Azathoth is summoned, only a small piece of him enters, like a tentacle or two, because he's that big. But we're outside of all reality right now. So, you don't need to worry about that shit no more. So, all of Azathoth comes through. A massive...
But we're outside of reality. Would Azathoth be able to actually come in?
Yes, he can. He can come in. Nyarlathotep casts Call Deity, and he calls forth Azathoth right here and now. So through the massive portal comes this horrible gelatinous blob of chaos with eyes and teeth shrieking and howling, tentacles everywhere, all the while terrible howling music of the pipers and creatures floating abound it. This pure ball of madness arrives. Azathoth has come forth and entered the fray. He will go last. However, upon showing up, all of you look at him, and that's not good. Everybody got to make a will save.
What do I roll? D20?
Yeah. Hang on just a minute. Okay, it's gonna be a half hit die. Alright, so I need to determine a DC for this fucker. So... Xenius knows what's about to happen.
Yep, I know too good and well what's about to happen.
Yep, sanity damage. You ever seen a god go insane, Xenius?
Okay, Hercules is perfectly fine.
He nat 20'd?
Yes.
Oh, we'll see about that. The one thing a problem about going into Call of Cthulhu is it takes forever to find the old ones. Because they're like way at the back of the book. I guess we'll deal with Hercules first.
Let's see, Lorala.
Goodbye, girlfriend. Goodbye, girlfriend's brain. Girlfriend go crazy. Yeah, this is where the whole turning the tide thing can happen. I was a little afraid about. See, I was hoping I was going to go before Eternity and I wouldn't carry us outside reality. But now that we've done that, it's like this is like the only thing he can do. Okay, he has a charisma score of 34, so that's 12.
Okay.
Okay, hang on. Well, keep talking, keep doing whatever you're doing. Alright, so Hercules had a nat 20?
Yes.
Okay. He only takes 1d10 sanity loss. He looks at it like that. Oh shit! He takes 1 sanity damage. And he has 134 sanity left, so he's alright. Who'd you roll next?
Let me look at the notes real quick. Okay, so Flutter Budgets has a 21.
Fail. How much sanity do you have?
120.
No, you have an 83. You took 37 sanity damage from looking at Nyarlathotep.
Then we have Thor with a nat 1.
Thor with a nat 1, okay. Oh, he got lucky. Where did I put Thor? What's Thor's sanity?
70.
No, it's 60.
Oh, he has 70 on the paper you gave me.
I know, he just took 10 sanity damage.
Oh, okay.
Lucky, I rolled... it's a D100 sanity loss. I only rolled a 10. So, alright, who else you got next?
Morala with a 24.
24, failure. Oh, what's her sanity score?
30.
Oh. Oh, my girlfriend's crazy now. My girlfriend's crazy. She's crazy. 30. Yeah, she took 73 damage. She is at -10 now. Okay, so Lorala takes one look at Azathoth and immediately starts laughing. And laughing, and laughing, and not stopping laughing, and just gripping her head. She's gone. And now we're gonna roll insanity. So... Lorala is now permanently insane. I figured we should get this out of the way real quick, because it's like we may not have another chance to determine how crazy people are or what their insanities are. So, how useless they're going to be in a fight. So, complete guide to sanity. Who's the next person while I'm pulling this up?
That's all from me.
That's all from your people?
Oh, right, set and all them too.
Yeah, they count.
There are different files. I'm going to have to factor their sanity because, you didn't write them in.
Well, you could tell me... Well, I didn't write them in because they're just pictures of it. You could just tell me their wisdoms and I could figure it out. Okay, D10. She gets a somatoform disorder. Hysteria neurosis or conversion disorder.
Conversion disorder?
She gets hysteria neurosis / conversion disorder. So I'll look at that up in a minute. I was waiting for this. Hysterical neurosis.
I'm either crazy or Seth doesn't have stats.
Hang on.
Oh, there they are. Wisdom 32.
He's 32 wisdom? Okay.
It's that times 5, right?
Yeah. He's got 160. Alright, give me a will save for him.
Will. Plus 46?
46, that's a failure.
No, it's plus 46. I'm reading it right.
Yeah, plus 46, roll it.
51?
51, that is not high enough. Okay, he takes 71 sanity damage. He's like, holy shit. So he's at 89 sanity. let's see. Still want to define what this insanity does to her. Psychotic disorders. Self-control disorders.
Just letting you guys know, I gotta go to bed soon.
Okay, roll me a will save real quick.
Will save, I already rolled that. It was a 34.
That's not high enough, sir.
I know.
You take 25 sanity damage. And, so...
Your sanity count is,
You have
your
114.
will... Okay.
Yeah, so you got 90 sanity left. You're fine. You've seen worse shit. So... Yeah, this might last forever, dude. That's the thing. It's like I was kind of worried about it. Okay. Hysterical neurosis conversion disorder. This disorder involves the translation of unacceptable drives or troubling conflicts into physical symptoms. The person is not intentionally producing the symptoms. However, a medical basis for symptoms cannot be found, and it is assumed that the person is converting psychological conflicts or need into a physical problem. Once the psychological problem passes to the physical side, it is no longer a source of mental stress for the person. It's called labile indifference or beautiful lack of concern. They often dismiss it even if it's incapacitating. For example, before the big game, the quarterback's hand becomes paralyzed. Conversion disorders fall into 4 categories: motor disturbances, tremors, paralysis; sensory disturbances, hearing loss, tunnel vision; symptoms simulating physical illness, involves conversion of the mimic of the actual symptoms of illness; symptoms complicating physical illness, complicator physical delay of recovery from physical disorders. So I'd have to roll 1 die 4 on that. Alright, she gets motor disturbances. She's shaking. She has tremors.
Okay, Mirror has a 65.
Mirror has a 65? That is high enough. Mirror only takes 1 die 10 sanity damage. She takes 4. What's her wisdom damage? Her wisdom?
She's got 136 now.
136 now? Okay. You know what's her max?
140.
Okay. 136. Okay. Anybody else you got? Karash and Damiel?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's Karash's wisdom?
I'm finding that.
Oh, okay, fine.
I'm finding that. 28, so same as Mirror, so she's gonna have, or Karash is gonna have 140.
Okay.
Save is gonna be 35.
35, that is not high enough. He takes 84 sanity damage. Thank God
So
these people are gods. He's at 56. So
140 minus...
Basically everybody's like, oh shit.
84 is 56, yeah. Alright, cool. I might have one more?
You have Damiel.
Yeah.
It's Damiel's wisdom.
Mm, 28, so 140.
140, okay. Roll your save.
I need to die that roll. 17.
Oh, I'm gonna clock out.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna post it tomorrow, so if you want to listen in to the game,
Yeah, no, that's fine.
it's cool.
43.
Yeah. Alright, thank you for joining us, man. 43?
No problem.
Have a good one, Doodle Drop.
Good time, man. 43 is not high enough.
Damn.
He takes only 6 damage, however. So he's at 134. Damiel's got some balls. Alright, now my turn.
So he's at how much?
He's at 134 sanity. Okay.
134?
134. Okay, Thanos. Let's see, 66 will save. Thanos makes a save. He only takes a die 10. He takes 2. I was like, He just kind of hums at Nyarlathotep. At Azathoth.
Good night.
So, Thanos is still sane. God.
Takes no sanity damage.
God, well, no, he does take sanity damage, but God makes his save, so he only takes 1d10. God is at 510 sanity. God's like, oh! That's one mean customer right there. Okay, Death.
How much sanity did he start with?
515. Death makes her
Alright,
save.
that's a lot of wisdom. That's a lot of wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Death makes her save. She only takes a die 10. She takes 9 sanity damage. She's at 421. Eternity. Eternity makes his save. He only takes a die 10. Takes 2. He's at 508. Alright. And now the one I'm worried about. Animal. This is not good.
Do it, Dropper. Do it. Do it now.
Will. Okay. My will save. I'm raging. For. Let's see. Rage Fury. Rage Wolf and Rage Fury versus Enchantment. That's not what I want. I want Rage Fury. Rage Fury is just a plus 19. Not high enough. I got a 24. I take 37 sanity damage. No. 37. And I already had a 68 because of something else that happened. So 68 minus 37. I'm at 31 sanity.
Oh, because Nyarlathotep decided to summon something.
Oh, it's gonna get worse. 78 minus 37. Okay. Yeah, the animal sees that happen and just gets growls louder, just Rah! And it's like, but not in a good way. And I believe that's everybody that I control. Yeah, so that's the Nyarlathotep's move. Thor, what's Thor gonna do? The person that's going
Thor?
crazy so far is Lorala. And her main insanity is she's shaking constantly. And laughing to herself and clutching her face.
Thor's gonna roll up on the Nyarlathotep and swing Mjolnir right into the guy's side.
Okay, again, I must act this. I have to act this out. This horrible fiend has summoned terrors from the depths. Not as long as I stand here. I, Thor, will smite them both for Odin and for Asgard. And he charges in. Go ahead, do your roll.
An 86.
86 hits.
Yay! How much damage is that going to be? 1d8 plus 59. That's going to be 66.
66 damage. Okay. 66, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. He clobbers him real good. He's actually the only person in melee with Nyarlathotep right now. Nyarlathotep's still standing, but he spits out a green, viscous, icky...
Oh my god, stop. Stop. Zach, no.
Zach.
What?
Stand down. Okay, that is Thor's move. Okay, I believe Lorala is next. Lorala is sitting there, like, laughing and clutching her face and tremoring. But other than that, she's under your control. What do you want her to do? I should point out she has boots that enable her to fly and, yeah, a sword and whatever. Go ahead, do whatever you want. She's got other shit too.
Right.
If you want her to shoot
All right.
somebody else.
All right. Ooh, I don't think her attacks are gonna hit. Oh, damn.
Actually, go take a look at her scimitar attack real quick. I want you to
Yeah, her keen scimitar is plus 32.
notice her critical.
15 to 20?
No. It shouldn't be.
It says crit 15 to 20, 10 to 20 if David stops being a pussy for double damage.
Yeah, because I took a feat that you told me not to do when I first made her. Yeah, consider it a 10 or 20, because that means she's automatically going to hit him if she rolls higher than a 10. I need you to man up, Davis, and allow me to.
Well, she makes an 18 on her natural roll.
Well, so long as you're not a pussy, then that means that that's
I don't even have to be a pussy about this. Like, I can still be a pussy about this. She still rolls for a crit.
Yeah, exactly. So go ahead and confirm your critical. 32.
32 plus 7
is 39.
Yeah.
I believe that's a hit. That is a hit. She critted him.
She crits.
Yeah.
For
she flies in, howling and shaking like a mad woman, and just like chops into him.
For 2d6 plus 8, and she's not gonna get the other stuff, the other fancy stuff.
Oh, if she goes behind him, she can sneak attack him.
Oh, okay. She'll go behind him for 16d6.
Yeah.
16.
Plus 2 strength damage, which actually shouldn't affect him because she's not a god.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 die sticks.
Okay.
Uh, 6, 10, 20, 14. No. Plus 2 more. 7. And you said ignore the strength damage?
Ignore the strength damage, yeah, because the strength damage is not going to work.
Alright, so that's a flat 50.
50 damage straight up?
Uh-huh.
Okay, she chops him good, right behind, like right behind Nyarlathotep, like flanking him with Thor and screaming in his ear. Ah! Just like, you know. And he doesn't look good. He's getting chopped up, but he's still standing.
Well, I'm tracking that he's taken at least 234 damage, so...
Yeah, he's still defiant and looks pissed off, but he's still standing.
It is now...
It is Damiel.
Damiel's turn.
What is Damiel gonna do?
What is Damiel gonna do? I need to, remember which one Damiel is? This one? Yes.
You may roleplay Damiel because I'm not really sure how to play him. So.
You think I know how to roleplay Damiel?
Okay, fine. I'll take a shot at it. These vile creatures must be stopped here and now. For he who is most high. He kind of nods at the ship.
So he's got a +5 holy flaming great sword for plus 44 damage.
Made a badass.
Does 2d8 plus 18 crit 17 through 20. Plus 2d6 holy and 1d6 fire. So we're gonna roll that.
Okay.
I'm gonna fly out to him and hit him.
Okay.
So 54.
54. That does indeed hit.
That hits.
Yes.
So 2d8 2d6. Holy. Plus 1d6 fire.
Oh! Flies in and chops him good. Where is he positioned against the
He's just gonna come up to the side of him. So he's gonna be covered from 3 sides now. That's gonna be 42 damage.
Okay. 42
Another
damage?
42. Yeah, 42 damage dealt.
Okay. Alright, chops him good. Ugh! Okay. He's chops him good, and he's like, you know, Nyarlathotep's howling. And now it is Mir's turn. Goddess of Paladins and Virtue. She looks like Joan of Arc, by the way. I've decided that's what she looks like. It's like a beautiful woman wearing armor and a broadsword. There's no picture of her, so, I mean... And for her, you use Tears stats.
Mm-hmm. So, she's got a longsword, a lawful longsword, a keen lawful longsword.
Okay.
So, oh, okay. That's a lot of damage.
Okay.
So she's gonna roll with that longsword. She's gonna, like, do whatever she can to get to him. Cover him from a 4th side now.
Okay.
That's 15 plus 76. She's 15 plus 76. Do I need to add it?
Well, what did you roll?
I rolled a 15.
That does hit. That does indeed hit.
Yes.
Okay.
So, damage is 1d8 plus 35.
Okay.
So make that another 42 damage.
Okay. Interesting. Alright, she chops him good. Ugh. And now it's Azathoth's turn. Yay! What the how will I kill you? How will I kill you? Ooh. Ooh, that's dirty. Okay. I really should have other gods here, but I don't want to do that because the battlefield's crowded enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I got 4 good choices. Alright, the mighty Azathoth begins thrashing his mighty giant galaxies-sized tentacles and is going to slash at the various people present, including thyself. So who are my targets? Thanos, God, Death, Eternity, Karash, you, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 people I gotta pick from. Okay, the first tentacle is going to go after Eternity. A tentacle reaches out and bah! He bashes at Eternity. And let's see. That is at 102. So
What?
That is 106 attack on Eternity. And it hits Eternity. His AC is not that high. So he takes 4d6 plus 17 plus intelligence strain. Wait, fucked up. 4d6, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That was Zach leaving.
16. Okay. No. Alright.
So it's now just us, Max Power,
Yeah.
Healer, Dread Pirate.
I'm the Dread Pirate. All right. So Azathoth, no, Eternity.
Eddie
takes-
the Unready.
Yes, Eternity. I'm ready this time, sort of. Eternity takes 33 damage. He's at 20,014 now.
Oh, what?
His hit points are 20,014. It was 20,047. But so he strikes Eternity good. Eternity's okay. I'm going to say he's not going to take the intelligence damage because even though Azathoth is a greater god, Eternity is technically an over deity. So Eternity is literally a universe, so he doesn't take the intelligence damage. So he strikes Eternity. Ugh! Second tentacle. Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Flutter budgets! Fuck your ship! Another tentacle comes out and smacks your ship as good as can be. And that's actually the one thing I don't have out here is your fucking ship. So, what's the AC on your ship?
So Eddie is unready.
Hey! You watch your mouth. You watch your fucking mouth. Okay, you have a 40 AC for your ship. 8 plus 102, is that what I said? Yeah, 102. So I think it's 110.
Well, my ship's getting hit.
Yeah, your ship gets hit.
I don't have the stats for my ship, so you're gonna have to...
You should! I gave you the fuck... Ah! Okay. Your ship takes 4d6 plus 17, plus intelligence drain, but your ship's not intelligence, so don't worry about it. 2, 3, 4. Your ship takes 29 damage. You've got like 48 damage reduction, though. So... I don't think... Yeah, so he bats your ship, and your ship, like, spins. Like, you know, as this giant, massive space tentacle hit it really super hard, and you start flying against the other wall. Okay. So... Okay. Third tentacle is 17. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, that's 14 as high as I go. Alright. Yeah, you know what? Another tentacle comes at your ship. So, 16 plus 102 is 118. Ship gets hit, 4d6 damage. I'm going to add it to the hardness damage that's already been done. Alright, your ship takes another 35 damage. You've taken 64 in total. Okay, so 16 damage actually goes through your hardness of your ship. So... Your ship has 138 hit points. It's taken 16 damage. Your ship is at 122. Fourth tentacle. That's too high. 15. Okay. Fourth tentacle. Fourth tentacle goes after Damiel. It's gonna smack Damiel. And he crits. So he hits him. 4d6 plus intelligence damage times 2. He is going to be affected by the intelligence damage. He takes 68 damage.
Okay.
And refresh my memory what his...
Who takes it?
Yeah, what is Damiel's... Damiel takes 68 damage. Refresh my memory what his hit points are.
Damiel. I need a different image. Damiel is 435.
435? Alright, he just took 68.
So 435 minus 68 equals 367.
Yeah, he's at 367. Okay, so Damiel gets smacked. Ugh! And, like, it's a big clawed tentacle, too, so you see a bunch of gore and guts shoot out of his body. But he's, like, clutching his side, and he's hanging in there, because he's, you know, he's a god and stuff like that. Also, he's going to get hit with the intelligence strain for a crit. So let me reset that real quick. Intelligence drain. Whenever Azathoth hits with an opponent with a slam attack from a pseudopod, the opponent is permanently drained 2 Knight 4 intelligence points, or twice that on a critical, as he is momentarily forced to stare into the abyss that is Azathoth's mind. He takes 10 damage to his intelligence. What is Daniel's intelligence again?
.28 intelligence.
28. It's now an 18. So Damiel has now seen too much. But he's still yeah, he's not completely stupid, but just damn. 5th tentacle. That's too high. 1. 5th tentacle comes after Thanos. Thanos actually braces for the attack. Crit! He smashes Thanos and actually stabs him, shoots him out. Ugh, Thanos grips his stomach. So he takes 4d6 times 2. 11.
How many attacks does Azathoth have?
6.
Oh, no.
Thanos takes 56 damage. Alright, Thanos is now at 306 health. He was at 362. So he gets skewered good. Urgh! He also takes 2d4 times 2 intelligence damage. He also takes 10 damage to his intelligence. So he goes from a 113 intelligence to a 100. He goes from 113 intelligence to 103. He can handle it, but yeah, that did make him a little dumber now. It's like, and he's like, ugh. But he's like, ugh. My mind can handle you, beast. And the 6th tentacle, 6th and final tentacle, goes after Muir. He attacks Muir. What's Muir's AC?
Muir's AC?
Yeah. Is it higher than 105?
No.
Okay, she gets...
It is much less.
Okay, she takes 28 damage. It's not a crit. What's her health?
She takes how much damage?
28. How much is her health?
28. She has... What does she have? Oh, 1,060.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I'm looking at the right one, right?
It's tier. It's tier for her. I'm using the...
Yeah, I'm looking at the right one.
You look at the right one? Okay, I said 28?
Yeah, she's taking 28 damage. She's fine.
Yeah, she's at 1,032. She takes it like a champ, because, she's a warrior goddess. But she also what's her intelligence score?
Her intelligence?
Yeah.
43.
43. Okay. It's now a 38. The gods stare into this mind. Azathoth has done its full attack. It's thrashing and howling and attacks everybody. And now it's Thanos' turn. Okay. Well, the kind of gloves are coming off right now. I don't know if this is the smartest thing for him to do, but Thanos is like, Alright, little star spawn, you're gonna pay for that. Thanos is going to do a thing. Let's see.
Can't Thanos just snap and get rid of it and it not exist anymore?
Well, yeah, he would, but you don't control him. So, So that's.
I mean, it's just a thought as to what Thanos could do.
Yeah, he could do that, but yeah, he's one of the gods I wouldn't let you control. Because he's mine. Because I'm going to keep this big... I am the one that gets to roleplay this big, sexy piece of Thanos right now.
What about Jeff?
Okay. Jeff is not here. Eternity did not bring Jeff with us. So, alright. Thanos charges up the Infinity Gauntlet, extends his hand outward and Nyarlathotep, and fires a massive blast of the Infinity Gauntlet's energy at him. So he rolls a 19. Plus 165. 184, he hits. So... Nyarlathotep takes 128 non-specific energy damage.
Takes how much damage?
128.
Okay, he's taking 446 damage that I know of.
Uh-huh. Okay, so he blasts Nyarlathotep really good. And just blasts him. That's for actually hurting me. He blasts him with his full blast of the gauntlet. A massive hole cuts through Nyarlathotep's body. Nyarlathotep clutches it. He's still alive, but he's quivering in pain. So that hurt him good. Let's see. Okay, God. Well, God's next to you. God this entire time has actually been drawing the entire fight. And, and he's actually focuses in on Lorala and focuses on her and basically writes another caption bubble. God takes mercy on this child of Loth and restores her mind. Lorala is no longer insane.
What's her sanity at?
It is back to full. So, like, you notice, Lorala stopped shaking and is now just howling in rage. And, is like it's like someone brought her back. God's gonna do nice things. God's gonna do nice things. He's God. God's a nice guy. So
of course he is.
Her sanity is back up to 30.
We're back up to 30.
Yes. I mean, to be fair, she was crazy when you met her. Okay. Death, meanwhile, extends a pointed skeletal finger and points it at Nyarlathotep. It charges in this big black beam of light, shoots at him, and strikes his body.
To Nyarlathotep?
Nyarlathotep, yeah.
How much damage?
I don't know yet. I have to roll it. Calm your tits, Jesus. Oh, she has Mind Bite. That's right, I gave her that. Okay, he has to roll an attack. Okay, so she rolls on 130, so she hits. Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Alright, she fires a black beam of energy. It pierces through Nyarlathotep's chest. He stops moving. It suddenly starts to spread out and eat away at his body. And you notice that it's slowly dissolving him until nothing is left but like what appears to be a vague skeleton of a misshapen human. It spreads throughout the rest of his body, and collapsing in the void in front of you is a skeleton.
Yay!
So just for the record, she dealt 468 damage to him. He had 650 to start with. Nyarlathotep is permanently dead now. He is actually dead. Nyarlathotep is dead. But here's a problem! He summoned Azathoth before he left.
Yes, but any summons that happen go away upon the person that summoned them dying.
Azathoth doesn't leave. He's still there.
Fuck.
Okay, so Eternity. Eternity steps up. It looks like my sister got vengeance for me. Very well, but there's another vile creature that needs to be gone at once. He charges up his hand. His hand starts swirling with the energy of stars and planets, all just kind of rushing together. And he fires this massive blast of energy at Azathoth. So, going to take a look at Eternity's Flamus.
So Nyarlathotep effectively took 914 damage.
Yes, he did. All right, so Eternity is going to fire his Squamous Blast at Azathoth. He rolls a 9. So, okay, he rolls a 161. It hit. Let me see if that's high enough to hit Azathoth's AC. Might not be. You never know. It's Azathoth. It hits his AC. Let's see. Ooh, that's a lot. All right. See how much damage he deals. Backwards. All right. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, he's a non-psionic creature, so that does a little bit more. Technically, he's non-psionic. All right. Okay. I was worried these guys weren't going to be powerful enough. Silly me. All right, he deals 248 damage to Azathoth.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you summoned some good gods for this fight. So that ball of energy blasts in and blows off one of Azathoth's tentacles. And the creature howls in rage. So that happens. Let's see. Okay, that is Eternity's move. It is now Karash's move.
If I remember correctly, Karash doesn't like attacking if he doesn't know anything about his opponent.
Well, make up your mind, sir. See, I was actually going to have Nyarlathotep just run if he got down to half his health, but before that, Thanos and Death decided to actually fight. So, so I guess not.
So, he's gonna be smart and back off and try to study Azathoth as best he can.
Okay.
To look for an opening in his weakness.
Okay. It is your go.
Flutter budgets. Oh no. I went to click on the page for Flutter budgets and the tab and I accidentally closed it.
Okay.
Give me a second. It's got to reload all the script and stuff.
Okay.
Flutter budgets, what can we do? How big is Azathoth?
He is the size of like an entire universe. He is a massive, colossal entity. You're not even sure. Like, yeah, you like behind you there is White Light and that living tribunal guy who's also pretty good. Beyond you there is masses of tentacles that is Azathoth. You can kind of see over the top of him, you know, like where you see eyes and things like that, where you can see like stuff beyond him. But at the same time, it's like he's yeah, colossal times like 10 or something like that.
I'm gonna use delayed blast fireball against him and center it like right, center it hit the center of it so that it doesn't touch any of my allies, but it's gonna hit him.
Okay. Well, that's the thing. He's not in melee with anybody. It's just his tentacles can reach you all.
Okay. Well, he has a DC 25 reflex save.
Okay. Well, here's the thing.
Spell resistance.
I have to make a reflex save.
Yeah, for half damage.
Okay. All right.
Unless he's got spell resistance, I need to get around.
Well, he makes it. He makes it for half damage. So yeah, roll spell resistance.
Okay. Cast level 17, so 19.
It does not make it. The fireball hits it and does nothing.
Shit. Alright. I'm gonna quicken a limited wish.
Okay.
At the expense of one of these points. So yeah. I'm gonna pretty much I don't know how to word it.
Take your time.
I wish Azathoth to be a harmless critter.
Okay, roll spell resistance.
Oh, fuck. Come on. Crit. Oh, no. 27.
No effect.
Fuck.
You know, from your palm, a beam of light shoots him, and then it just bounces off. It does nothing.
Pew! Oh, great. Well, that's all Flutter Budgets can do.
Okay.
The Harpies aren't here, so Hercules.
Hercules! What is Hercules going to do?
Hercules is gonna, like, look at my muscles and, like, charge up on him and try to punch this thing as best he can.
Hey, Thor! I bet you I can take down this tentacled beast before you. Oh, quiet, you son of Zeus! I will fell it before you do. Ha! Hercules flies off. What are you gonna do?
Well, Hercules is gonna hit with his fist and just kind of like, I got you.
Okay.
With a 116.
That hits.
To do 67 damage.
Alright, hang on. Azathoth only takes 12 of that. But he does take 12. So he flies up and boom! Punches a pustule out of the creature. And it howls like a mosquito bit it.
Oh, that's always good to know.
Yeah.
It's Alistair.
Okay. Alistair is now once again under your control. What are you going to do?
I'm looking.
Okay.
What do you do?
Fight with Nyarlathotep has turned to a fight with Azathoth himself.
So we're gonna go ahead and attempt to use implosion against this thing.
Okay. Roll spell resistance.
Never mind.
Nat 1?
Yep.
Okay, it tries, the energy hits it, does nothing. Yeah, that
Alistar knows not what to do.
What is Set gonna do?
Seth's got his spear, so his spear's gonna run up there and hit him.
Okay, stab him.
And Seth's not gonna miss.
No, we'll see. Yeah, make sure you give me the number though.
So he rolls an 8.
Okay, that would be a 20.
So that's gonna be a
97?
97.
That hits.
And then we're gonna deal.
You can't flank this thing, by the way.
I know.
It's too big.
I know. 1d8 plus 29.
Okay.
31 damage.
31 damage. Okay.
31.
Wait, what's the magic enhancement on that weapon?
Wounding, so he takes 1 con damage.
No. What is the magic enhancement on the weapon itself?
A +5 unholy wounding, so it's going to be even more than +5.
Okay, so alright, yeah, give me your damage.
Like I said, it was 31.
31? Okay. Okay, he stabs one of the tentacles and punctures out an eye and is like, "Rah!" And Azathoth howls. Perturbed that all these little tiny mosquitoes are stabbing him. Who is next? Animal! Animal looks at the big giant tentacle fuck off and is like, yeah, rah! And he howls and he flies into the nearest tentacle and starts slashing. And I do have to charge, so I'm only gonna get 1 hit. Because I'm not in melee with Azathoth. So, animal shorthand. Alright. 56. Miss! The animal charges one of the tentacles. Ding! His claws bounce off the tentacle. And he does absolutely no damage to it. Okay. Thor. What is Thor going to do?
Thor. Oh, things are getting hard to read. I'm gonna run up and hit it with his hammer again.
Okay.
Breaks his hammer.
Harley! Alright, what does he roll?
82
That hits.
for 1d8 plus 59. So 60 damage from Mjolnir.
How big of a dick do I want to be right now? Does it say anything like about the weapon enhancement on Mjolnir? I know it's
not next to the weapon. It has devastating critical.
I think I have to be a dick, actually. Alright, I hadn't prepared for this. Alright, 5 of that goes through. So
Only 5?
Yeah, he hits it. He strikes Azathoth, and bah, and a bunch of blood and goo. He comes and gives this massive attack to it, charges it, boom, with this great thunderous smash, but much of the attack just kind of rolls off it, and a small geyser of ichor and slime oozes out of it. And it doesn't appear to be as devastating as it should have been. But he hit it. He definitely hit it and damaged it.
Question.
Yeah.
Can we call intermission? Because this is going on 2 o'clock. And I'm getting tired.
Well, the problem with that is if we go into intermission, we'll have to take up from where we left off. And, I don't know where we would be necessarily.
Can we speed this up?
Well, here's the thing. Azathoth has 2,666 hit points from when he started.
We are 10% of the way through, and he is less than 10% of the way through of our HP. Collectively.
Yes. I mean, it's up to you unless you want to end this faster or find a way for Flutterbudgets to end this faster.
Well, Flutterbudgets is going to have to find some wish spell coming up out of his ass to make this happen, and getting rid of Azathoth, it would be having to kill him and let him fizzle back into reality later. I'm assuming he has a similar ability to Nyarlathotep about that.
He probably does. Let me take a look. Fine qualities, remote sensing, damage reduction, dark vision, divine fast healing, fire resistance. Actually, he does not. Well, you should do a knowledge check, because I shouldn't just tell you this. I'm telling you this out of character, I guess. Do a knowledge check real quick. I'll make it low. I'll make it low. You worked for a servant of this thing, so... Yeah, you endure your time with Nyarlathotep. Azathoth, no, does not have a rejuvenation ability. The problem is just no one's really come close to killing him. And he's just got a lot of fucking hit points. And most things that encounter him, like, either die or go insane instantaneously. I mean... depends on what you want to do.
I mean, it seems like Eternity is the best one to match up against him.
Yeah. We're at Lorala next. I mean...
we could effectively just make it Eternity and Azathoth duking it out and everyone else getting caught in the middle trying to not get hit, because Eternity is the only person that's not going to get fucked up.
Well, but then there's kind of no point in us having a fight and having a session where you're fighting a massive god. That's the thing. So it's like... I would like to finish this, or at the very least, we would have to get to a conceivable stopping point. And if your character has something he wants to do in order to basically speed things up...
well, I don't know. The DM decided to summon Azathoth.
Well, yeah, no. You decided to summon 10 gods on a guy that has only 650 hit points. So, like, I had to think of, well, how could he possibly win this? And so this is one of my backup plans.
It's gonna take forever.
Well, fight smart.
What are you saying fight smart for?
Well, what can your character do that might, alleviate the situation?
I don't know, he's dealing with, deities that outplay him everywhere, and he's just kind of there. I outplayed Nyarlathotep when I summoned the other gods to help me.
Uh-huh.
That was my play.
Okay.
I don't have that play anymore.
It's true. But, if we continue the turn order, your turn might come up and then you might decide to something else.
Yeah, when my turn comes up in an hour.
Well, it might be less than that if you let Lorala go.
What is Lorala gonna do?
Stab it. I don't know. She's up to you. Whatever you want to do with her.
Exactly, and this is gonna take an hour round, and I'm gonna be up till 7 in the morning, and I have a baby shower to go to. I have shit to do tomorrow. I need to sleep.
Okay, well, again, maybe that's the thing. It's like, this is the climax of the game. We're, kind of got to be prepared for long fights and stuff like that. But I guess we'll have to come to a stopping point. Why don't we go down the end of the initiative order?
Okay.
Okay, what's Lorala?
So, Lorala is going to try and slice it as best she can.
Okay.
Plus 24, she ain't gonna hit with her shit. Got an 18.
Oh, you rolled an 18?
Oh,
Does
she
you have a
gets
nice
the...
handy-dandy ability that might help with that?
You know what? No, she doesn't.
Yeah, she did. She rolled an 18.
She rolled an 18, but it's got to hit the armor class before she can confirm the crit.
No, it doesn't.
Because it's not a natural 20.
It doesn't matter. What was the roll?
An 18.
What was the die roll?
That was the die roll.
The die roll was an 18. Okay, so add her base attack to it.
32.
32. Okay, that doesn't hit, but since we're not being a pussy here, that basically it's a
It's a 50.
It's a critical threat. And so you rolled a 50 the next time?
No, the first attack was the attack was a 50.
Roll again to confirm the crit.
And the crit when I think you're forgetting how crits work.
Just trust me. Just roll again.
She rolls a 2.
She rolls a 2. Okay, plus her bonus.
It's just 34.
34, which is not confirmed crit, so she automatically hits. Roll your damage. Slices a good chunk out of that thing.
Yeah, 1d8. Or 1d6 plus 8. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. So, 10.
And she believes she has a magic scimitar. No, it's a +1 keen.
It's a +1 keen scimitar.
It's 1d6 plus 8. Yeah, that's probably not going to go as through his damage reduction.
It's not.
Okay, it bounces off. But you did hit it. Okay, next person.
Damiel.
Damiel.
So Damiel's gonna rush up to him.
Okay.
Attack with A. With a 60?
60? That hits. Wait, no. Hold on. You rolled a 60 total?
Yeah.
Doesn't hit. Bounces off. Alright, next up. Muir?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, she crits.
Crits? Okay. Comes and chops a big tentacle. What's she gonna do? What's her damage?
It's gonna be 2d8 plus 35.
2d8 plus 30.
If I'd stop dropping my damn dice. 7 plus 35. It's 42.
42? Okay, and...
From a +5 Bane, Keen, Lawful, Longsword, so it's
Okay,
probably like a
that'll go-
+8.
Yeah, 42 is the damage you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, minus 42. Okay. Chumps a good chunk of the tentacle off.
And once again, it is Azathoth.
It's
Who's going to take an easy 15 minutes to get through.
You know, you're being quite the wise ass, sir.
Oh.
You don't necessarily know what he's gonna do. Okay. He starts wailing loudly, and a massive wail of madness descends over all of you. Everyone needs to make a will save.
Everyone needs to make a will save. Got it. More wills to make for everyone. Crush. Who am I on? Who am I just looking at right now?
I have an idea that might help out a little. Thanos makes his will save. God does not make his will save. The whale menace comes. God starts kind of gripping his head. His sanity is reduced to 1. But he's not insane. All right. You rolled will saves at all?
I'm working on it.
Okay. Death also does not make her will save and starts gripping her head. And her sanity is reduced to 1. Animal doesn't make it. His sanity is reduced to 1. Gripping his head at the madness. What are you doing?
I'm rolling.
Okay.
I'm rolling everyone before I tell you.
Alright. Have you already rolled for Karash yet?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't roll for Eternity. Eternity does not make a save. His sanity is reduced to 1. The gods are very nearly driven mad.
Okay.
Alright, lay it on me.
Crash is a 43.
Does not make it. His sanity is reduced to 1. Like, everybody that is down to, like, a streak of white goes in their hair.
Flutter budgets. I forgot flutter budgets. Flutter budgets has a 22.
Failed. Your sanity is reduced to 1. You're not crazy yet.
Hercules is a 23.
Failed. Sanity reduced to 1.
Alistair nat ones.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's at a 0.
Set makes a 70.
Set makes a 70. Set makes it. No effect.
Thor makes a 13.
Failed. Thor is reduced to 1 sanity.
Lorala makes a 20. Not natural.
Failed. She's reduced to 1.
Damiel makes a 36.
Failed. Reduced to 1.
Muir 75.
Mir makes it.
That's it.
Okay. Alright, so the only people that made that were Thanos, Set, and Mir. So, only one of the good gods. Okay. I'm gonna propose something. I mean, feel free to say no to this. But, do you want to keep going until your turn? And then, like maybe you could do one thing to get us out of here, and I'll just have all, like, the 4 big dudes at the top. Just hit him with everything they got. Because at this point, like, God's been reduced to 1 sanity. At this point, God's gonna go a little beyond the whole I help those who help themselves thing. Now God's pissed. But it's up to you, unless you just want to go to bed.
I can't stay up much longer for.
So that's a no?
Yeah, I can't stay up much longer.
Okay, so you have notes on all this.
I have tracking HP, sanities, the things I'm controlling, and damage on the most things. It's like I know that Eternity is taking 33 damage. I don't have his sanity though, but I guess he's at 1 sanity.
Okay. Alright, so we'll just I'm gonna keep this like initiative order. And with all the I've got like Azathoth's like how much damage
I've got the initiative order too.
Okay, so just hang on to that and hang on all this information, and we'll pick this up later, and we'll start with Thanos and we'll go down the line, and I'll try to have them kill him as quickly as they possibly can. And then when it comes your turn around, if you want to do things that you do that solve problems, you can do that. Or I might have God do something different. But yeah, I mean, I figured like okay, God technically he hasn't taken hit point damage; he took sanity damage. That got God's attention. That God's attention is like, alright, so I think God might, I've got something on God that I put in there that might, tell Azathoth to knock that shit off. So, but, we'll save that for next time. Okay, alright, you need to get to bed. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. So, the fight is spanning into the cosmos as they square off outside of reality against Azathoth itself. Oxentius, I wish you a good night and happy baby shower.
I'm going to say good night. I'm signing off myself.
Okay. This is the Dread Pirate. Join us next time.